peeps, today we received two new awakenings for two commanders, and one of them is Winton. So I wanted to talk about Winton, about him overall as a commander, and then take a look at his awakening and what he has to offer. So first off, we'll start with obtaining Winton. You can get him from the recruitment pass, from the shop. You can buy his tokens from there, and even free-to-play players can get him, because on the free tier of the pass you can get pass coins. Let's say on level 4 you get 600, level 10 you get 600, and so on. There is a way to get him if you're free to play. But also there's another way to get his tokens, and that's from the Werewood Memories event. You can track when it will be up here in the calendar. It seems it won't be in the next 7 days, but there you can buy, I think, 150 tokens, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, just tell me in the comments. So you can get Winston basically for free. You don't have to buy past tiers or anything and any other shenanigans to obtain him. And actually, let's see what he has to offer in terms of skills for a free-to-play commander. Starting with his army skills, he's a PvP oriented commander. He gives your cavalry 30% attack, he reduces the enemy infantry's health by 15%, he reduces the enemy army defense with 10%. Those are all great buffs, especially if you're free to play or a low spender and don't have that many great paid commanders. And with his awakening now, those stats will go up actually. So in terms of PvP, Winton is great if you're using cavalry a lot, if you're specialized in the cavalry type. When it comes to PvE, on the other hand, it's a bit different. Winton is a tank in those PvE events, like Rebel Leaders, Alliance Trials, Elite Trials, Werewood Memories, etc. But why is he not that good there? It's because of his last effect, which is reduces heal effect by 43% for both parties, which doesn't synergize with most compositions, because most compositions have at least one healer or at least a unit that relies to heal itself. So having those 43% reduction on that healing, that's not good. But if you don't have healing, he's actually quite good commander for a free-to-play player. He's better than Rob in some cases, if you're not running Sansa, for example, or Jean or any other healer. So I actually use him in Werewood Memories, I think, on one of the last stages. So yeah, you can find use for him. He's not that bad. And finally, his strategic skills. Those are the skills we have in Siege of Winterfell. He's an average free-to-play commander. He gives your cavalry 240% attack, which is standard for the commanders. His active skill, it's alright. I mean, it makes your cavalry and infantry a bit tankier. So for free-to-play players, he's great, and even for some players that pay for their commanders, he's still great, because 900%, however you look at it, it's not a bad deal. Okay, and now we reached the part with the awakening. Let's first look at his hidden abilities effects. Those are the bonuses you unlock with the books, those little circles here, and you can view them all from this magnifying glass in the hidden ability effect tab. We have the exact same buffs as his army skills. Enemy infantry health reduction, cavalry attack, and enemy army defense reduction. So he's becoming even better in PvP if you're free to play and using cavalry a lot. When it comes to his upgrade effects or the effects he gains with each star, they're quite standard. His army skill Awakening of the Whale is getting the standard buffs. He's getting also 5 levels per star. He's getting his friendship increased by 1 star. Those are all standard stuff. So I usually recommend with each free-to-play commander to get them to at least friendship level 2, so you can get the friendship increase. But that depends on your blue diamond economy, on your what were those called, elite general token economy, and so on. It depends on you if you want to continue after the 2 stars. And lastly, let's see his 4-star ability. It's actually quite interesting. Your front row has 15% more health, and the rest of the passive, the effect is related to weakness, which is quite popular right now. After your troops land a total of 50 weakness attacks, you silence 1 random enemy commander for 12 seconds. And this effect can be used once per battle, but 12 seconds, that's a lot of time. So actually, I think it's a great substitute for some of the weakness commanders, like where are they? So for example, Enzo is another commander that takes advantage of the weakness composition. He's the healer for the cavalry type, and if you don't have Enzo 4 stars, you can skip adding him and add Winston instead at 4 stars. Everything's alright as long as you have the core of that setup, which is Jaime Lannister with his Warsaw Awakening skill, Hear Me Roar. So if you can build a good weakness setup of 4 commanders and don't have enough resources yet for the 5th commander, if that 5th commander isn't Jaime, and I'm assuming it's not Jaime, then I would suggest you to get Winton at 4 stars, because he's silencing an enemy commander for 12 seconds. That's actually quite crazy. That's the whole point of the weakness setup is to remove enemy lines 1 by 1 and get the commander of the enemy line out of the battle. And Winton's skill actually does exactly that. By silencing them, they can't cast their awakening skills, so you don't have to worry about that line for 12 seconds. So he's actually a great free-to-play substitute for that composition if you're missing 1 or 2 commanders, and again, as long as they're not Jaime Lannister. So I would get Winton 4 stars, and I think his awakening is great, all the new additions. And thank you for watching, and see you next time.